Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to your second lecture of English. We had started the chapter robots and we had already learned about a conversation that happened between two people. And I also gave you some homework. I hope that you people have done your homework at your homes. And so today we are going to start off with the fifth page, and we are going to start reading this comprehension. This is a comprehension, this is a passage, and below you can see that there are some questions that are related to this comprehension. So while I read it, you have to listen it very carefully. What would you like to see invented in the future? Do you have any idea for a future invention? So this is a question to you, if you would like to answer this question, that what would you like to see invented in the future? Is there anything that you just like we read about robots, or is there anything that you want to invent in the future? If you have any ideas, you can just write it down on your notebook. So let's get started with today's topic, that is inventions of the future. So what kinds of things will be invented in the future? Question mark. This is a question mark. It's ending with a question mark. So this is a question. What kind of things will be invented in the future? Many people like to talk about what will happen in the future, which things won't be used anymore. Some people who like thinking about the future are staring at a museum of future inventions. This museum will show scientists ideas about future technology. Tiny phones that you wear in your ear, ideas for new computers, and new game ideas will all be at this museum. Some of the items won't actually work because they haven't been invented yet, but there will be possibilities for the future. There will be a large room made like a library of the future. Do you think there will be more books or more computers in that room? Ideas for a future cinema will also be at the museum. There will be a room where students can give their ideas about what it will be like in the future. The museum will choose the best ideas and put them in the museum. Is there an idea that you would like to send to the Museum of Future Inventions? So, as you can see students, that in this paragraph we are talking about the future. We are talking about things that are going to happen. There are three kind of tenses: past tense, present tense, and future tense. So we are talking about future tense over here. We're talking about future over here. And you will see that we have used will in the sentence, because when we talk about future, we will write will. He will go there. He is gone there. He went there. He is going there. He will go there. When we talk about future, we talk about will. We use this auxiliary verb. Okay, we use this verb. All right. So in this paragraph we are talking about a museum, and we are questioning that what kind of things will be invented in the future. You don't know about your future, you don't know what will happen in the future, so you can just assume. So these are assumptions. So many people will like to talk about what will happen in the future, which things won't we use anymore. This is a question, like what will we use in the future, what will we not use in the future. And some people who like thinking about the future are starting a museum of future inventions. So there are some people who like to live in the present, but there are some people who are sensible and who want to think about the future while they are in the present, so that they can be happy. So there are some people who are thinking about the starting a museum of future inventions. Like they will assume things like this can be, let's make a future museum, and let's assume that this is going to be invented at that point of time. This museum will show scientists ideas about future's technology. So we can just put in ideas, and scientists can take ideas from this as well. So like tiny phones that you wear in your ear, ideas for new computers, like different ideas. So do you think there will be more books or more computers in that room? So this is a question to you. Okay, so this is a question to you. And the museum will choose best ideas, put them in the museum. Is there any idea that you would like to send to the Museum of Future Inventions? So you have to think about something that hasn't happened yet, that hasn't been invented yet. So do you think that anything that you want to contribute, like possibly a new kind of computer or a new kind of mobile phone or a new kind of car, a new kind of thing, any new idea that you want to give into the future museum? Okay, so now think, do you think that new inventions will be good or bad for Earth? So because everything has its pros and cons, what do you think that will, if we invent a lot of new things, do you think it's going to be bad for Earth or good for Earth? If it's bad for Earth, how will it be bad for Earth, and how will it be good for Earth? So this is something that you need to think about. Okay, you have to think. So student, as I've already told you that when there are three kind of tenses. I've already told you that there are three kind of tenses: past tense, present tense, and future tense. Let me show you some examples of past, present, and future. For example, if I have to say that I am teaching you right now. So this is present tense. For example, I've said if I talk about the previous lecture, then I will use past tense. And if I talk about the coming lecture, then I'm going to use future tense. For example, I write a sentence. I gave a lecture about robots. So this is a past tense. This is a past tense because gave is used. Gave is third form of give. Gave is third form of give. So this is a past tense. It has happened. Things that have happened already. I have already given you a lecture about robots. I gave a lecture about robots. Now if I say present tense, let me just show you, write the sentence in present tense. I am giving lecture a lecture about robots. This is a present tense. This is a present tense, okay? Because I am giving. When we use ing, that means this is happening now. We use ing for present tense, okay? Ing for present tense. As you can see with the verb, I am using ing. So this is a present tense. I am giving a lecture about robots. And now if I have to write about the future tense, I will give a lecture about robots in the next class. Okay. So this is future tense. And what have I used? Will. I have used will to talk about the future. So whenever we want to talk about future, we are going to use will or shall. But we are going to study about will right now. So I gave a lecture about robots. I am giving a lecture about robots, and I will give a lecture about robots. This is past tense, present tense and future tense. So past, present and future. As you can see that in this lecture we have talked about inventions of the future. We are talking about the future. So we have used will, will, okay, will. So now let's go to the question and answer. Read and write true or false. So you have to read the passage first very carefully, and then according to, after reading this passage, then you have to answer the following questions. The Museum of Future Inventions opened last year. So what now, if you are going to see, let's see that this information is present in this paragraph or not. So the Museum of the Future is opened last year. Some people who starting a museum of the future invention. The museum will show scientists about future technology, tiny phones that you wear in your ear, ideas for new computers. So if you are going to read this, I don't see that they have mentioned it anywhere in this paragraph that when did the Museum of Future opened. Because if you see in this line, some people who like thinking about the future are starting. They have not started. This is past tense. Opened last year means past tense, but it's not happened in the past tense. It's going to happen in the future. So this is false. Okay, let's write. This is false. This is false because no, the Museum of Future Inventions did not open last year. This is false. So now you're going to see this one. The museums will show ideas of technology that we might see in the future. You have to read the passage and you have to answer the three other questions. I've done the first one for you, okay? You have to see whether it's true or false. If it's true, you have to write true over here. If it's false, you have to write false over here, like I have done, because it was false. This first sentence is false. Now the second question, read and write. In the future, you have to look at, you have to choose the words and you have to fill in the blanks. Okay, you have to choose the words from here and you have to fill in the blanks. In the future, the newest piece of dash will be a small computer that you can wear like a watch. So if it's a library, technology, invent or cinema. In the near future, the newest piece of dash will be a small computer that you can wear like a watch. So if you look at this paragraph, this museum will show scientists ideas about future technology, tiny phones that you wear in your ear, ideas for new computers and new games will be at the museum. Some items won't actually because they have not been invented. Let me just see the answer for this question is, so in the future, the newest piece of invent will be a small computer that you can wear like a watch. Invent means to make something, to create something. So in the near future, the first one will be invent. As you can see, invent. In the future, the newest piece of invent will be a small computer that you can wear like a watch. So after you choose the appropriate word from the box, and you have to fill in the blanks, the remaining blanks. This is your task for today. Okay, and also with that you have to do is, I'm going to write down some words and you have to learn the meanings of these words. But I have already given you some words. Then you can this is your task for today. When we'll end this chapter, then you're going to write them, learn new words. But what you can do is, you can, if you just read this paragraph and you're not able to understand the meaning of a word, you just underline the word, you write down the word on a piece of paper and you search for the meaning from the dictionary. Okay, if you're not able to understand, just write down the, find the word from the dictionary and write down the meaning. This is your task for today, and I'm going to see you in this next lecture. Take care. Bye bye.